within all of us, I would say we know, because our knowledge is as old as the universe itself. It's inbuilt into our cell structures. We know. The problem is we don't trust what we know. And the degree to which we don't trust what we know, we cut ourselves off from that knowledge, and therefore we feel isolated. And then we become neurotic. We begin to invest ourselves in illusions and delusions that are fed to us by the so-called experts of our world. The illusions of materialism and the belief that accruing as much as we possibly can is going to be somehow the salvation to our deep sense of despair. This is we have to break that delusion. We have to break that way of relating to ourselves. And in order to do that, we have to reconnect with what underlies that. And in order to do that, we have to have an experiential way of re-accessing it. And the way we've done that customarily and traditionally as human beings is to go into wilderness, whether that be at times of change in the periods of rites of passage, or whether that be at times of retreat or seeking vision, or whatever it happens to be. We return into the wilderness, which is effectively the font of our fundamental nature. In doing that, we reconnect with ourselves, and we reconnect with our much bigger context. We reconnect with our, if you like, universal selves. And I don't believe this can be done without the presence of wilderness. In fact, I believe that the destruction of wilderness is the greatest catastrophe that we face in the modern world. We are destroying ourselves by doing that. We are destroying the deepest part of who we are. I don't actually believe that nature is going to allow that to happen. I don't believe our own nature is going to allow that to happen. I think the crisis that we face is going to overcome us before we succeed in doing that. At least that's my fundamental hope. But certainly, if as a species we are to survive, we're going to have to grapple with that problem. We're going to have to find ways of dealing with that. We're going to have to find ways for 7.1 billion people and counting to connect with wilderness. And how that's going to happen, I at this point don't know. That's part of what comes next, if you like. That's part of where we're going. That's part of what we have to try and redream. At the moment, there aren't answers to those questions. It's a huge conundrum. And the best way, I believe, of grappling with it, at least for those of us who are concerned with that issue, is to first of all avail ourselves of what wilderness there is, and allow ourselves to sink back into the deep recesses of ourselves and the mythic selves, the greater selves, and from there hopefully draw others into the same journey, and from there hopefully a redreaming can begin to happen. But yes, in direct answer to the question, do we need wilderness? Yes, vitally. I don't believe we can do it without it. And if we destroy it, if there is no wilderness, to be honest, I don't think there's a lot of hope for us.